Alright, it says that we are live. Hello, people. This is a random hangout for random discussions. We're just going to talk about whatever the hell comes to our mind, and that's basically it. But before we do, I just want to make something very fucking clear. There has been a metric fuck ton of videos being made revolving around conspiracies about the COVID-19 virus. I knew from the very beginning that this shit was going to be a thing. People making shit up about this virus, even going so far as to say, don't take it seriously. You don't need to take precautions. Here's what I want to say to all of those conspiratards out there. Fuck you. Your message is dangerous. Your message is literally killing people. One thing that needs to be made clear is that this virus is fucking real. The consequences of this virus are real. It's not fake news. It's not a conspiracy. People are actually fucking dying. Please, go back to talking about the shape of the earth. Go back to talking about chemtrails. But do not post videos telling people to not take this shit seriously. This shit being the COVID-19 virus. Do not post videos saying, oh, you don't need to take precautions. You don't need to practice social distancing, or you don't need to wash your hands for 20 seconds. That message is going to kill people. What you're doing, what you are promoting, is dangerous, irresponsible, and extremely fucked up. So guys, if you see any video, any conspiratard video about this COVID-19 virus, I recommend you down thumb it, find some way to report it, and let them know in the comment section that they're kind of a piece of shit for making this content. We can all laugh at them getting the shape of the earth wrong. We can laugh at the shitheads that think that chemtrails are a thing. We can laugh about that. But this virus is no laughing matter. New York is getting fucking hammered. Last night I heard that they lost hundreds of people to this virus. Hundreds. New Jersey, getting fucked over. Chicago, getting fucked over. All of Michigan, getting fucked over. My state is about to get fucked over. We're on the upside of the curve still. Conspiratards, for once in your fucking life, have some common sense about the shit that you're posting. I understand that you need to fearmonger in order to get those clicks. But now is not the time for this bullshit. Your message is literally killing people. So, please do us all a favor. All of us being all of humanity a favor. And shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when it comes to this COVID-19. Shut the fuck up when it comes to this virus. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the fuck up. This is not the time for conspiracy theories. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up when it comes to this COVID-19. Nobody needs to hear what you have to say about it. Do us all a favor. Shut the fuck up. And with that, hey guys, how's it going?
I just think I'm going to add in, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. All right, so with that, we have 4 people. Other people have been sent the link, but they're either not online or don't give a fuck. But we'll go down the list. So, Sean Hufford, thank you very much for showing up, good sir. Hope all is well.
All is well. Moved in. Got a nice house. It's a home.
It's a home.
It's a home. It's not an apartment. We got to worry about neighbors downstairs smoking pot 24/7.
That sounds like heaven right there. Good. And we also have Dead Kennedy in space. How's it going?
Oh, safest place to be is in low Earth orbit right now. I'm pretty good.
All right, all right. And then we have Brandon. How's it going, good sir? How's it going?
I'm good. Thank you for letting me on again. Yeah, I was gonna say, New York yeah, it's fucked.
New York is fucked.
So yeah, I think those people who are talking about they shouldn't lost, I pretty much think though they might even be good to a moto in my opinion. I mean, shit.
Yeah, basically, it's come to a point where I've seen a lot of conspiracy videos about COVID-19, and I just find myself getting pissed smooth the fuck off. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? What the fuck? And it's to the point where I'm like, YouTube needs to do something about this shit. There should be like, this is pseudoscientific information about a pandemic. Fucking remove it. But then, of course, YouTube doesn't have people in the offices. Yeah, I know. It seems to me like they never have people in the offices, and this is no different. But, they said, oh, we're not going to do anything because COVID-19, we got to protect ourselves, shit like that. So, how it is.
This goes way past the line. I mean, shit, dude. They should be taken off because they'll give you information that kills people.
Yep. And Christopher, $2. Good morning, Red. Good morning. Well, I guess it's morning somewhere. I am happy, self-isolated. $2 Canadian. Keep up the good fight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then we also have Rangerman 9404, $6.66. I reported this one when it was brought to my attention on Facebook. So there's the link for those of you who want to go click onto it. But Sean, long time no speak on your end. How are you dealing with quarantine?
Well, unfortunately, the job I have is considered an essential service, so I don't get to self-quarantine. I'm in the public every freaking day, just about.
Are you taking precautions, though?
And everything that I can. I mean, masks are pretty much useless except for face guards. So you don't touch your face because it's not airborne, except for a couple, 6 feet or less.
Yeah.
But yeah, bleach the hell out of gloves that I wear all the time. I come home smelling like bleach half the time.
Well, that's good. You should come home smelling like bleach. That means you're doing it right.
Yep.
And we also have Dead Candy in space. Dead Candy, question for you, good sir. How are you dealing with the isolation, the social distancing, and shit like that?
Well, to be honest, a lot of that was like pretty much my day to day anyway. What is bothering me is that like you can't get anything done right now. Like you can't, if you have a problem with your bank, have fun. If you have a problem with your phone bill, have fun. Like everything is shut down, and it's so frustrating.
Do you think the reason why PayPal is sucking so bad is because they don't have anyone to actually review cases, so they're just leaving it to an automated system and basically saying, hey, get fucked?
Well, fun fact, their customer service line is closed in the States and Canada. It's not closed in Germany, though. For some reason, they could still staff a call center.
Huh. Interesting. They should totally start quarantining, because isn't Germany one of the hotspots?
I thought so.
Because that's like holy shit. That's reckless.
A little bit.
Yeah, so
I mean, if you want to keep your call center open, fine, but don't put anybody there. Let them work from home.
So what exactly happened? I was going to ask you about that.
Oh, with my PayPal?
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened was I had just sent some money from my PayPal to my bank account. So whenever you do that, they send you an email, hey, we're sending money to your bank. So I saw that on my phone and dismissed it and went, okay, that's fine. About 5 minutes later, I looked at my phone, and there was an identical email there, and I thought, did I just not swipe it aside? And swipe that aside. A couple minutes later, it showed up again, and I went, what the fuck's going on here? I log into my PayPal, and 5 transactions from people I don't recognize are going out, requests from my bank to these people's PayPals, and I'm like, no. So I immediately changed my password. I file a dispute with them and everything. Within the day, they close the dispute and say, well, this is consistent with your usage history. And I was like, what? And that's when I tried to get a hold of their customer service line, found it was closed, realized the only way you can get through to them is either by yelling at them on Twitter, which did kind of work, or um, or use their email support service, which has been unbelievably useless. The first time I contacted them, I said, look, here's my dispute ID. You guys closed it. You need to reopen it. These transactions are unauthorized, et cetera, et cetera. They emailed me back and said, here's how you file a dispute. I was like, I already did that, and I gave you all the information for it.
So you said that the yelling at them on Twitter kind of worked. How did it kind of work?
They replied to one of my posts and said, DM us and we'll help you out. So I don't know how effective they'll be in that, but at least they offered.
Did you DM them?
I haven't yet, just because I haven't gotten through this email process. I'm waiting to hear back from that person, but might as well do both at once, really.
Absolutely. DM the shit out of them and be like, yo, okay, so some motherfuckers try to steal from me. I need you to kind of make it so that that shit goes back into my account, because these were unauthorized transactions. Let me highlight this word, unauthorized. Let me just let me underline it for you and put it in bold.
And I felt like such a boomer when I put on Twitter that my PayPal had been hacked. I should have said compromised, but
it was hacked.
I mean, it was, but like, I hate saying that. It sounds technologically illiterate to say that for some reason.
Fuck off.
It sounds it sounds ignorant now because or illiterate now because so many people are using it incorrectly.
Yes. Yeah, it sounds illiterate because you have those people who say my Facebook was hacked, and what they mean is someone picked up their phone.
You also got to keep in mind, though, Kennedy, that most of the people answering the calls at PayPal are tech illiterate as well. They just go off of their little self-help script.
Oh, yes. That's
not saying anything about the company itself. The company itself is being run by tech geniuses, but the actual call center people, yeah, hit or miss.
Oh, yeah. They're given the bare minimum.
So,
half the time, they're given the bare minimum to have the flow of a conversation.
Well, a lot of the time in those kinds of situations, particularly at call centers, is that they're required to follow the script, even if they do know more or not. Like, they're not only are they required to follow the script, but they're also not given the power or the proper. They have like an escalation system, and usually an escalation system like that doesn't actually take you directly to the person that will actually be able to help you, even if they do know who that person is. They're not allowed to send you that way.
Right.
Call centers have really weird rules about like very much stringent on you have to follow the script and you have to go through this procedure in particular every single time, and a lot of the time it's not very conducive.
Let me ask you, Kennedy, are you comfortable sharing some details, like how much was stolen from you and shit like that?
I can, yeah. Now, bear in mind, I do not know for sure that anything is going to happen, because here's the thing. Today, these transactions came out of my bank account, but I'm pretty sure... Oh, that's annoying. I'm pretty sure that they're just going to bounce back without any NSF fee. I don't think that'll happen, but I just tried to log into my PayPal to check. We noticed some unusual activity on your account and suggest that you create a new password to help ensure that your account remains secure.
Good.
Oh, I've only done this 3 times in the last fucking 5 days.
Well, you know what? More security, the better. So I would say, 1, do it. And 2, I understand that the banks are closed, so you really can't call them and be like, hey, yo, if PayPal is trying to take shit from my account, block it. Block all of it.
Yeah, that's what, yeah.
Block everything from PayPal. But, of course, the banks are closed, so you can't yell at anyone to do that.
Well, they do have some kind of customer service line. I just have to wait till tomorrow to call it.
You do have a Visa account, right?
Visa debit, yeah.
Yeah, so instead of calling the bank, call Visa. And be like, okay, look, my PayPal was hacked or compromised or whatever fucking term you want to use, and just tell them, listen, there might be some transactions trying to be processed. Yeah, use the word fucked. And just say, listen, there might be some transactions being pushed through on my Visa card. I need you to block that shit.
Yeah.
There may
Yeah,
be some transactions going through on my Visa card through my PayPal or by PayPal. Block that shit. Just fucking block it. Outright. Block it. Do not let it go through. Because these motherfuckers try to steal my money, and they're not going to win.
Frozen Pixel in the chat just says, if I get an email to change my password, I would check the sender mail highly like it's a phishing email. You're probably right.
Oh, no, that was
PayPal's
website.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you ever get an email saying you need to change your password, do not click any links in the email. Go to the actual website and change your password there if you think something suspicious is going on. Don't click links in the email.
We'll get
the details you were wondering about, Reds. $344.06.
And they sent it to how many different accounts?
3.
And you don't know any of them?
None.
So now when you do, I don't know if you can do this, but any of those names come up like with a Google search or anything like that?
You know, I never thought to actually just Google them. Wow.
Because
incredible that I didn't think to do that.
Because if those names have been linked to previous fraud, you can send that to PayPal and be like, look at this shit.
Right.
It's clear that these people are fraudsters, they're scammers, they're thieves, and I was a victim from their bullshit. I was a victim of their bullshit. This has been documented with other people using your service. Fucking fix it.
Yeah. The first name, a basic search doesn't give me anything in particular. Like, there's some people with that name, but I see nothing that jumps out.
Try to put like PayPal on the other end of it, just making sure you do that. But going down the list, while you're doing that, we also have Cheshire. Chesh, how's it going?
Yo, what up? I got a Minecraft server going. Anybody want to play Minecraft?
Minecraft.
The server right now fits 20 people, and so we were having fun with that. So essentially the way we're doing it is that there's like a hub spot that you get to that everybody kind of contributes to, and then you can kind of go off and make your own little area. So essentially you can make out your own little area and build however you want, but you have to pay taxes. So that way when you start the game, you actually have some starting equipment, so you don't have to spend like the first 3 hours of the game just getting a little bit of your shit together.
And then finally we have Brandon. Brandon, how the fuck is it going, good sir? No, we already asked you that question, but we're going to ask it again.
I don't care. It's smart to do that. I'm doing good, man. I don't need to do much. I don't have much going on anyway, except for going on live streams every once in a while. So thanks.
Yep, not a problem. Not a problem. But Kennedy, another question on top of that. With the people that were being sent these funds, how much money did each person get? Was it like 200 the first time, 150 the next time, and the last one was the final $20 or something like that?
It was actually really mixed. I'll go back to it and take a look here, but I believe $90 was sent twice to one person, $90 to one of the other people, and then the rest was all very small amounts. Let's see, 90 to one person, 90 to the same person, 30 to that person, $4 to a second person, and come on, let's see more, please.
$4 to the
$4, yeah, that's it.
$4 to the second person?
Yeah.
$4 fucking dollars.
$4 Well,
so it was like 3 different accounts, but varying amounts between each of those accounts for different transactions, equaling X number of transactions.
Yeah, exactly.
And they considered that to be consistent with your history on PayPal.
Right. Because it makes perfect sense that I would back-to-back send the same person $90 twice instead of just sending them $180.
And it would also make perfect sense that you would send someone $4 fucking dollars.
Right.
It would totally make sense that you would send someone using PayPal $4 fucking dollars. I just want to make sure everyone understands that it makes perfect sense according to PayPal that you would use PayPal to send someone $4 fucking dollars. I'm sorry, this shit pisses me off, especially when they came back with that. Oh, this is consistent with your history. What fucking history are you looking at?
Like, and they're people I've never sent money to. I don't even generally send money on PayPal. I think I have like, I don't know, 5 times.
Well, this is why I asked the question, what history are you looking at? Because that's not consistent with my PayPal history.
Not in the least.
What the fuck is wrong with you people? Can you please point me in the direction of the history that you are observing?
And that was like 100% a clue that whoever had looked at my case didn't actually look at the case. They opened it, they hit one button, and it closed.
Yeah, of course. Right. Which is weird, because you would think that PayPal would take fraud a little bit more seriously than that.
You
think YouTube would take fraud more seriously, too. But hey, this is where we're at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with the whole Kyle situation. Oh, we know that you have this judgment against Kyle, and it was totally
We know that
fraud.
you're the one who opened the account, and we know that you passed this to this other person, and we know that you've got this court order that they have to give it back to you, but we don't deal with third-party issues, okay? You should go talk to the guy who you gave the account to, and see if he'll give it back to you nicely, even though he's not giving it back to you with a court order.
We know that you're the one that created the account. We know that the account is actually yours, but we're not going to do anything to help you, because fuck you. That's why. We're YouTube.
Hey, police, this guy stole my car at gunpoint. Can you help me get it back? Well, did you try asking him nicely?
That's what it sounds like. It's so fucking retarded. If you...
Or even better, no, I'm sorry, we can't give you the car back or even look into this. You have to go talk to him.
If you honestly believe that shit will work, asking nicely will work. I know we parked the car
in our parking lot, but yeah.
If you honestly believe that asking nicely will solve this fucking issue that's been going on for almost a fucking year, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Glorious.
Asking nicely isn't going to solve this shit.
Pretty please, Kyle. Pretty please.
We have a court order. YouTube, help me out here. You know the channel's mine. You know the channel's mine, YouTube. But no, YouTube just doesn't want to do shit. Because that's how YouTube rolls.
Will you pretty please stop being a giant dickhole? Pretty please.
It's like, oh, you need to go to the person who screwed you over for the channel back. Oh, brilliant fucking idea. Yeah, I'll get right the fuck on that. I'll go ahead and say, hey, YouTube said I need to come to you and ask nicely, so can I please have my fucking channel back? The channel that you stole from me? No. Well, hey, that fucking worked.
Maybe if Steve asked nicely now, then maybe him and Kyle could make up and they can sing Kumbaya and say, have happy little day, and the show will be right back the way it was before, with Steve still not getting paid.
Yeah. Steve's still not getting paid. It's like, oh, just ask nicely. Nothing happened. No, it's like this. Steve asked nicely. Kyle says no because he's a dickhead. Okay. Nothing happens, and what's Steve supposed to say? Well, that fucking worked! Dumbasses.
Oh my god, it would be great if he emailed back YouTube saying, I asked nicely, I even put a cherry on top, but he still didn't give it back. Now can you do something?
Mm-hmm. Dumbasses. Fucking dumbasses, I swear. But Kennedy, are you currently in financial turmoil because of this shit, or do you think you'll get the money back?
I honestly don't know at this point. I'll know a lot more tomorrow.
Because it's Monday. It's the weekend, right? So banks don't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, but I'm pretty optimistic about it. I mean, if I legitimately didn't make a charge, I don't see a way a company can get away with just letting it go through.
Yeah. Well, if you need any help, we'll do what we can. We'll also scream at PayPal on Twitter. It seems like every single company is going to Twitter and using Twitter as their customer service line.
Oh yeah, Twitter is owed a ton of money for that. In my opinion.
Tell me about
realistically, and if they're going to do that, I think Twitter should implement some new features if they're going to actually take on that service. On the other hand, though, Twitter should be pissed because that's all that they're platform is going to turn into if they let it keep going like this. People will, as people do, they'll float on to the next one that comes up, like Facebook showed up and Instagram, and then people moved on to Twitter. So the next one will show up, and whenever the next one shows up, the only thing Twitter will be is customer service for YouTube.
Yeah, and also I would recommend going to Visa and telling Visa that there may be some charges being pushed through by PayPal. I did not authorize these.
Yeah, that's a good
Shut
idea.
that shit down, because if your bank isn't going to do anything, Visa will do something, because that's also their reputation on the line. So if you call Visa and let them know that some charges are, or that there may be some charges from PayPal being pushed through, just inform them that you did not authorize those transactions.
You can also put temporary blocks on through your bank.
Oh yeah, that's true as well.
Yeah, I would say, fuck your bank at that point. Just go straight to Visa.
That's the first thing I did when I left Halifax, because they were pulling rent out of my account directly. So I put a year-long block on them so they couldn't pull it out.
Yeah. Some charges may be coming through PayPal. I did not authorize those. Shut that shit down.
You can do the whole thing over the phone.
Yep, you can do the whole thing over the phone. They'll ask you some questions, and here's the thing. Those questions are questions that you would have told your bank, but your bank is required, at least that's how it works down here, your bank is required to give that information to Visa. So Visa will verify your identity over the phone. You don't have to do anything. And especially if you're trying to stop a transaction, instead of get any money out, because you're not going to get any money out by calling Visa. But if you're attempting to stop a transaction, they'll be all over that shit.
Somebody in the chat asked, so what can Steve do about the whole Kyle situation?
I was just about to ask that.
Oh, there you go. Sue YouTube for not complying with the court order. Sean, would you like to take it?
My understanding of the law is, because the court order was for Kyle to turn it over, YouTube's not legally obligated to follow it, but from my understanding, Steve is putting in a motion for YouTube to actually take some action on this.
Yes.
Yeah. So Steve has put in a letter to the judge to make the court order write a letter to YouTube to have YouTube do it, since Kyle's not complying. Or he could sue YouTube theoretically. That would be a huge case to do. That would be a big deal if he's going to go that route, but it's not impossible.
My understanding though is I think Steve would have a losing case until YouTube is actually ordered to do it, and then they refuse.
And then they don't. Yeah. He would have a way better case if they refuse after the fact. I agree.
As it stands right now, he would have a massively lost case if he tried to sue YouTube because Kyle didn't turn the channel over per the order.
Yeah, and also at Resurrect, if Logan Paul got his channel stolen, I bet YouTube would be all over it. Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
When YouTube had that fucking error, I guess we can call it an error, where a bunch of people were replying to Markiplier with emojis, and then they were getting their entire Google account obliterated because of it. Mm-hmm. All those people that got their Google accounts obliterated by Google filed counterclaims. They said, no, I am not a troll. I am not a fucking spam bot. This is my actual account. I need this shit back, please. They would say, oh, no, we can't do that. And then Markiplier, a channel with 25 million subscribers, sounds off about it. He sounded off about it, and then Google decided to actually take notice.
Well,
we don't know how this could have happened until a person with 25 million subscribers got involved.
And even then, it still took Markiplier 3 days before he got an answer.
Yep.
He was calling people for 3 days before he finally got not only an answer from YouTube, but got into the right people, because he actually had to move up the chain of command, and he got to skip a whole bunch of steps because he already knew those people from working with YouTube Red and working on other things. So he had not only a couple legs up, but also was way larger, and on top of it, it still took him way longer than it should have.
Yep.
You mean Google is selective with who they help with their own fuck-ups?
Yeah.
Shocking!
Well, you would think, even besides their own fuck-ups, you would think that they would have a standard protocol for anybody who has their account hacked or their account stolen or taken in any way. They just don't.
No, what was funny about this whole thing is that what happened was that a bunch of people would vote red or green. So they would spam Markiplier's live chat with red emojis or green emojis. I think it was like red hearts and green hearts. So they were
it's the same way we say one or two.
Exactly. So they were voting. Now, the YouTube bot filter, I guess, picked that up and determined that the owners of those accounts were just bots. They weren't real people, so completely terminated their entire Google account. Not just their YouTube account, but their entire Google account. And when they went to YouTube and said, actually, I'm not a spam bot, can I have my account back, please? They were like, no, go fuck yourself. We're not going to fix this in any way, shape, or form. So some of these people reached out to YouTube and Google directly on Twitter. And then the Twitter account for Google and YouTube replied with, oh, if your...
They're reviewed carefully.
Yeah, if your review was not approved, there's nothing more we can do. There's absolutely nothing more we can do because we review these things very carefully. We're so fucking thorough about it. You know, when we review these things, we review the shit out of these things. But they weren't reviewing these things. That was just fucking smoke and mirrors. It's what we like to call an outright fucking lie. So then Markiplier gets involved, a channel with, again, 25 million subscribers. He gets involved, and when he gets involved, now all of a sudden Google and YouTube took this shit seriously. And they're saying, well, we didn't know where it all went wrong, and we're investigating diligently. We will find this fuck up, and we will make sure it never happens again, and whatever. It took a person with 25 million subscribers 3 fucking days to fix this shit. That's what it takes to get YouTube to actually do anything. That's what it takes for Google to actually do anything. You have to go to their Twitter account, their fucking Twitter account. You have to spam the shit out of them, be told to go fuck yourself, and then appeal to somebody with 25 million subscribers to make even more noise, and then they'll take this shit seriously. That's what it takes. Good to know.
Just for context, he did the vote. He did the emoji vote in his own live stream.
Yes.
All these people got banned from YouTube. Markiplier was outraged. He
was so mad.
He was threatening to leave the platform.
Yes. He almost cried. I'm kidding. He didn't almost cry. He just almost cries all the time.
The fact that he was toying with the idea of leaving the platform over it got the results that they actually investigated it with the person. It's that reason. They were going to lose a 25 million subscriber channel that they were getting ad revenue from. That's why they reacted.
Yes. So for 20 euros, give to that guy Dead Candy in Space. Would you please? 20 euros. Once it hits me, I will hit it with Dead Candy in Space.
Thanks, President 99.
Yeah.
Kino asks if Steve goes to YouTube in Los Angeles, you think they would give him his channel back then?
No.
Absolutely not.
They'll probably call security.
Yeah, they call security on him.
Yeah.
They will look at him and say, "You shall not pass."
Isn't that the thing he's supposed to be saying?
That's why they would do it.
No, YouTube's not going to do shit. And here's the thing. The reason why YouTube isn't going to do shit is because they're not being forced to do anything by the court. The order was for Kyle, not YouTube, not Google. So what Steve needs to do is one of two things. Either get the judge to hold Kyle's feet to the fire and say, listen, motherfucker, you got 48 hours to turn everything back over to Steve, otherwise you're going to jail. Or the judge has to order YouTube to give the channel back to Steve.
Or both.
Well, personally, I would go with both.
I think what'll end up happening from this is that essentially the court will realize that YouTube is not going to do the obvious straightforward thing without the court getting involved. So any orders moving forward that are you need to turn a channel over, they'll add a caveat that says within this amount of time, or YouTube is to change it over. They'll just add that to the judgment instead of having to step by step, because at this point YouTube is wasting the court's time.
Yeah, and just want to make it clear, unless we get the judge to hold Kyle's feet to the fire, or we get the judge to order YouTube to move forward with returning the channel back over to Steve, absolutely nothing is going to get done. And here's the reason. Here is the exact reason why nothing's going to get done. Because Kyle is being a prick about this entire thing. He is going to do everything in his power to delay and delay and delay some more.
Well, here's my question that I've had for a long time. When Kyle submitted his paperwork that had the usernames and passwords for a handful of or at least part of the accounts dealing with non-sec, YouTube included, he had a list of the usernames and passwords. Were those usernames and passwords valid when he gave those to Nate Brody, and then Nate Brody shared them with a select few people, and then one of those people logged in and changed them, or were they faked from the get-go?
Yeah. Also, $5. Here is $5 for Dead Kennedy. Thank you very much. Dead Kennedy, I don't think it is safe for me to send this shit to your PayPal, so I'll wait till you get that shit resolved, and then we'll talk about transferring these funds over.
Fair enough. Thanks very much, DAV.
That also raises the question, there was a recent community post on the non-sec channel. Was that by Kyle or somebody else who got access to those usernames and passwords?
That looked to be Kyle.
The usernames and passwords that were given to Steve weren't valid. Like, they didn't work by the time he got them.
Right, because 2 days before Steve got a hold of them, Nate Brody already had them and was sharing them with the TST crew.
Right. So, and the other thing is that Kyle has still been active using the Non Sequitur Show channel login to comment on people's YouTube videos. And they talk to him as if it is Kyle, and people like Nate and other people of that ilk have all been there talking to him as if he is Kyle. So it makes me suspicious that it probably is Kyle. The way it talks is Kyle. The way the account interacts still seems like, yes, it is Kyle. He still, even if those passwords were changed by somebody else or even by Kyle, it seems like it is still him operating for the most part on those accounts, especially since they were planning to stream to the account this past weekend, which it didn't end up happening.
What was the community post?
Again, that was somebody who's known to tell outright lies to get reactions out of people.
Yeah.
That was saying that.
Sure, yeah, but they weren't the only one posting about it.
I will say though that community post screamed TST, like everything in it.
Well, what was the community post? Like, just give me the TLDR.
It was talking about the SoundCloud account being hacked or something like that. That even though, so the account, the email account that Kyle has been using as what I assume has been his main account, but also 100% for sure his SoundCloud or whatever account is at Non Sequitur Show. And as per the judgment, everything, all of its assets, that means that email also, and all of its history. So whatever email or account he made with SoundCloud, if he used, I'm pretty sure it was SoundCloud, if he used the at Non Sequitur SoundCloud, his SoundCloud account through that email is owned by Non Sequitur, which means it's owned by Steve.
And just to be clear, everything Non Sequitur related, all of that belongs to Steve. 100% of it. That's what the judgment was for. So Kyle not complying with the order means that Kyle is eventually going to be in some really deep shit. But in the meantime, he's kind of getting off scot-free because this COVID-19 bullshit has everything kind of on pause. And it sucks. It really does.
Well, the reason I asked about the usernames and passwords is because if Kyle gave out fake passwords, he's in direct violation of the court order from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
This, he has been engaged in gamesmanship since day fucking one of the order. He has been engaged in so much gamesmanship. Once the judge actually looks at the shit that Kyle has been pulling, there will be no sympathy. The judge is going to go in dry, and I am going to enjoy every second of it. But everything that is non sequitur related, is Steve's. That is property of Steve McRae. So Kyle still holding on to the YouTube channel, the Twitter, and whatnot, all of that is in direct violation of the court order. Kyle is in contempt of court. The only problem is that the court is not enforcing their decision because everything is on standby because, virus and shit. But once the judge looks at this, the judge, once again, is not going to have any sympathy for Kyle and is going to go deep on his ass. I just can't wait for that to happen. It's a waiting game. We're currently in a hurry up and wait mode, and we've been in a hurry up and wait mode for the last few weeks. Hell, the last few months.
It's been hurry up and wait mode pretty much since the judge gave his default judgment.
Yeah. We are waiting for the judge to look at this case, to look at the affidavits that have been made on this case, and so on. And we're waiting for the judge to say, what Kyle is doing is complete horseshit. Now I'm going to enforce my decision. And I'm going to say what the judge should do. If I was in his position, what I would do is that I would hold Kyle's feet to the fire with the actual threat of prison time or jail time, and I would order YouTube to hand the channel over. So that way, those are two different avenues, both of which have kind of a guarantee that Steve is going to get the channel back. I would invoke both of them. I wouldn't choose one or the other. I would choose both. Hold Kyle's feet to the fire and order YouTube.
Yeah. Jenny Morgan, whom we love, said the judge will go so deep into Kyle's ass that Kyle's going to gag.
Judge is just going to say, just checking your tonsils, boy.
Oh, God. Yeah, but yes, the longer that Kyle refuses to hand everything over to Steve, that is just more time on the clock that he has been going against the court order. And that's just a longer time that he has spent in contempt of court.
Hunter D asked, can the judge threaten Kyle with jail in a case like this? Yes.
Not just threaten. When it was just a default judgment, there was no possibility of jail as long as Kyle complied with the order. Since he's not complying with the order, yes, the jail time is a real possibility here.
Yes, jail time is a real possibility.
There's zero risk for prison time, but jail time is definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I misspoke when I said prison. I meant jail. I just want to make that clear.
Is there a zero chance of prison time, or is there...
Yeah, because this is a civil suit, it will never go to a prison thing.
So, and I mean, I'm thinking like on a more extreme case. Is it if he tries to flee, would he not go to prison?
For a civil suit, that I'm not sure. I still think it's going to be a jail kind of sentence. I don't think it's going to be prison until he's actually convicted and then flees.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
What
I guess is there a point that it kind of comes up to the judge's discretion at the end of the day?
What it does come to is the judge's discretion. Yes,
there are statutes that he's got to follow. I mean, he can't just say, "Well, I hate your guts, so I'm going to put you in prison," when this doesn't mandate a prison sentence. So,
right.
Ultimately, it comes down to the judge's discretion, but there is limits to what the judge can do. So I don't think prison is in Kyle's future. I think jail is most definitely in Kyle's future if he keeps this shit up, but prison, not so much.
I'm giving him a high 95 chance to go to jail right now.
95%?
Yeah. Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. No pun intended. That was a legitimate percentage chance I'm giving him of going to jail.
Insiders asking, what's the difference between prison and jail?
Jail is for sentences for less than 3 years. Prison is going to be for like 2 or life.
Is there a difference in like the layout or the way things are treated, or is it just like a period of time?
Prisons are a lot more stringent. They usually have closed cells that they're literally boxes that you never get out of, except for like food and recreation. Jail, they have a little bit more leniency to them. Not much, but there is a difference.
Yeah. Jail is supposed to be temporary. Prison is supposed to be long-term.
Oh, okay.
So
it's mainly for, I'm doing air quotes here, rehabilitation.
Yeah. There is basically you have to send Kyle to jail because I don't think he would be there long enough to get sent to prison. That's just my guess on this whole thing. But either way, he's still going to be behind bars. He's still going to be behind bars if he keeps this shit up.
Jeff Roberts asked, what's the difference in terms of one's asshole?
Because the jails are a little bit more lenient, you have more interaction with other prisoners, you're probably going to get a higher chance of being molested.
So about 3 to 4 inches is the difference.
Yeah.
Sorry, bad joke.
Got it.
In prison, you got to worry about your roommate. In jail, you got to worry about the entire block.
It's
Jenny says pincushion.
Yeah, it's a pincushion scenario there. And here's the thing, though. I do want to ask everyone here a question. What is the benefit to Kyle for him to keep acting like a total dickhead and going against a court order? What does he see as his benefit?
Honest opinion, I think he's trying to wear the judge down to where the judge just says, okay, case dismissed, I'm done dealing with all this. I think that's his play. It's not going to work out for him that way, but I think that's what he's trying to strive for.
And also, I just want it to be clear that if you're not talking, please mute, because while I love the sound of 2 cats fucking in a dumpster in the background, let's try to tone that shit down a bit. So if you're not talking, be sure to mute. But I just don't see how this is beneficial to Kyle at all. The risk totally outweigh whatever award he thinks he's going to get. So what benefit is it to Kyle to keep acting like a total shit stain in front of the judge with a court order against him?
There isn't a benefit, but he thinks that there might be. He's getting bad advice. He's not listening to people telling him what not to do, and he's coming up with this, this is going to be the perfect situation, and it's going to bite him in the ass, and not in a good way.
I think Sean's got a point in that he is trying to wear out the judge, but I also not sure it's necessarily the judge that he's after. It might be Steve. He might be just trying to outlast Steve and drag it out as much as possible till Steve goes, fuck it, whatever, I don't need this. It's also possible that my bet is his goal, the benefit to him, is to do as much harm to Steve in the Non Sequitur show as humanly possible.
Yeah, let's see.
It does seem to me like an attrition strategy of just wearing people down. Like, it reminds me of, I don't know if this happens very much in the States, but you get those people who rent a place and they get evicted, but they know how certain laws work, so they'll stick around for 3 months and trash the place, and everything goes to hell. They do as much damage as they can on the way out.
Yeah, and essentially that he's going to try and do as much damage to the show, so that way when Steve gets the show back, the damage is irreparable and the show cannot continue. So the Non Sequitur show legitimately has to die with Kyle. So that way Kyle can say, yeah, see, I was the show, blah, 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 blah. Which won't work because we're better than he is.
Wow. It's like, that's a weird way to make a super chat, but I guess I'll do my best. Mr. Present 99, 20 euros. That is Kyle's plan from the beginning. He just loves rough shit over and over, and maybe over with a bit of over and just a bit of over. So Kyle, bend over. A wish is a wish, my little fairy of stupid. Oh, and for Kevin again, smiley face.
No, just to clarify that, because you did misread it, I'm pretty sure that the context there was talking about rough sex.
Yeah, I know the context is rough sex, but it's like, goddamn, that's sentence structure.
It's not his fault. He's German.
I will do my best. Okay.
Do I need to whip out my how to use the word "and" 5 times in a row grammatically correctly in a sentence?
No. That is Kyle's plan from the beginning. He just loves rough sex over and over and maybe over with a bit over and just a bit of over. So Kyle, bend over. A wish is a wish, my little fairy of stupid. Oh, and for Kevin, again, smiley face. Did I say it right that time? I think I did.
You did, and Christopher Hogan just put in $5 Australian. The longer he drags it out, the more damage he does to non-sec. He wants people to forget about it. Here's the thing. The internet never forgets. And if it starts to fade away, people like us will remind the internet that it exists.
Yes.
The real Non Sequitur show said Kyle has changed the avatar on Non Sequitur show. I'm assuming he's changed it. It's the one of him, right? It's the picture of him. I made that painting. That's me. I drew that.
Yeah. Also,
that's the one he's also using on his SoundCloud.
Yep. Also, I do
hold on, Fish. Are you going to charge him $20,000 for its use?
Probably
every
should.
single time he uses it differently, and every single time he posts using that account because it shows up again.
You know, because apparently he thinks that you can add a price tag to something that belongs to the show after the fact.
Yeah, he also thinks you can charge after the fact, so I didn't charge him initially for the drawing, so essentially I'm going to sue him for every single time it gets used. Yeah.
Yeah, $20,000.
$20,000 each. Yeah.
$20,000.
And this is why I no longer use the avatar Kyle made for me. Because he thinks he can charge me retroactively, and everyone else too.
Mm-hmm. Usually,
I
how
honestly
it works.
think all of us should make videos one time, and that one video that we all do, and we all like release a. What doesn't really matter what the video is about, but we should all like coordinate and release a video at some time, and we should all use music from his stupid SoundCloud.
Hold on, Trish. I got a better idea.
Yeah. Go for it.
Next time we're in a Hangout, we change our avatar for the Hangout to the artwork that you did, only change the face to something resembling our personal avatars. Just to piss him off.
Yeah, I could do that.
You know, like me, the face would be part of the globe. For Reds, it would be Red's logo over the face. For Dead Kennedy, it'd be his little globe head.
We should have somebody presenting a picture of him, and I'll adapt the picture that I made of him, and it'll be behind bars with a little jail hat.
Make sure it's a $400 hat.
$400 hat, and then we can, and then when we're having the Hangout, we can just have a playlist of the music that he's made. That's apparently for anybody to use for free in the background.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, I don't know what Kyle thinks he's going to get out of this besides a jail sentence or a big fucking fine. Because the judge is not going to like what he's been doing and how much time he's been... I mean, the judge is not going to like how much time he's been wasting on top of that.
Well, that's why Kyle came with that huge ass figure for all of his artwork and music and all that shit, is because Steve was awarded treble damages. Well, going by the numbers that Kyle presented, if you treble that, it's $60,000, which happens to be the amount that Kyle paid himself for the copyrights.
Right. My favorite about that was Kyle being like, "Look, I've committed fraud towards Steve, but don't pay any attention to that fraud. I was busy committing this fraud over here."
Mm-hmm. So, just goes to show, guys. I think Kyle's in this for the long game, basically hoping that people forget about it. And I just want to be clear. I will make sure that people don't fucking forget. I will make sure that people don't fucking forget. And the one thing I will also make clear is that Steve is a stubborn son of a bitch.
True.
He is one stubborn son of a bitch. Holy fuck.
I will attest to that just for the Tommy Hall dumb fuck of the year thing.
He is
a stubborn son of a bitch.
He is a stubborn son of a bitch. You think he's going to let this shit go? Fuck no. Fuck no.
Mm-hmm.
He is going to keep at this shit until it's fucking over, because he is a stubborn son of a bitch. He's gonna keep at it. He's gonna keep going and going and going, and just when you think it's all dead and done and dusted and it's over and he is just begging for it to end, he's gonna come back and do it all over again.
Well, on top of that, you've also got Glenn.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
And the firm that Steve hired, his lawyer that got assigned to Steve's case is the partner of the firm. You think he's interested in losing this case?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, how embarrassing would that be for him? This is such a cut and dry case.
Exactly. There is a lot of incentive for Steve McRae to pursue this all the way to its inevitable conclusion. So Steve McRae, being a stubborn son of a bitch, along with the fact that there's a lot riding on this case, both of those things together will dictate that Steve McRae pursue this all the way to the end. Period. This shit ain't going away. And when we get Non Sequitur back, because we will, it's gonna happen. Oh my god, we gonna gloat like motherfuckers. We gonna gloat so goddamn hard.
I can't wait.
Exactly, I can't wait either. It's gonna be fucking great. But also, we need to go ahead and introduce other people. So, AT2 Productions, how's it going, good sir? AT2. AT2!
Oh, I've been hacked.
What?
Okay.
Give that another
Yeah,
shot,
I
Mr.
kind of
Robot.
have to. Can you?
Your connection is shit, AT2.
Hang on.
Your connection is dog shit.
In the meantime, you missed a super chat, I believe, from Roll Mops, £2. Are there jails with $400 jumpsuits?
Explain it.
I guess they're gonna have to be. Oh, you're back, AT2? That is a no. Okay. So
Nope.
So I'll let you, AT2, fix your fucking connection in any way that you can. And in the meantime, Astronomy Live, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well. I'm still kicking over here. Just conducted my apocalypse trip to the store and back and sanitized everything. I now smell of bleach and isopropanol.
Good. You should.
So yeah, still alive and kicking over here. Just waiting for the weather to clear up to get back on track and some comet stuff.
Oh, I see.
I bet you my hands smell better.
I see. So let me guess, AT2, you're showing the power between your legs?
That's what it looks like.
Oh, yes. That's what I've been doing while listening to you guys.
So that's why your connection is shit. You've been bouncing between cell towers.
No, I'm actually outside working on the bike, and it's bouncing between the Wi-Fi and mobile.
Ah. Well, fucking pick one and stick with it.
Just turn off Wi-Fi.
That's exactly what I did.
Good, good. Glad to hear that you fixed it. We're happy about that. But anyway, I just want people to know...
No, you're not, liar.
I just want people to know that Astronomy Live and I are going to be working on a future video for your guys' entertainment. Isn't that right, Astronomy Live?
Yes, indeed.
And this is going to revolve around some data that he's going to get to me by tomorrow morning. Isn't that right, Astronomy Live?
We'll go with maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's also a connection issue. What I said was, this is revolving around data that will be given to me tomorrow morning on the fucking dot. Right, Astronomy Live?
When did Houseboy join?
We'll see. We'll see. I'll work on it. I'm going to be working on it right now while I listen to you guys. How about that?
If it makes you feel better, Astronomy Life, it is perfectly clear here today.
I didn't ask you. I really didn't.
So this is revolving around data that will be given to me tomorrow morning. Right, Astronomy Live?
We'll say sometime this week. How about that?
You know, people wonder, why don't you make more content? It's because I'm surrounded by a bunch of people who don't have very good work ethics.
Well, you know, if it makes you feel any better, Reds, I have, not only do I have Caffeine Corner tomorrow, and not only did I stream today, and not only did I stream yesterday, and not only did I stream the day before, but after Caffeine Corner tomorrow, I'm doing an art stream, and I'm going to teach everybody how to draw the goblin, so you guys can make your own goblins.
There's going to be so many goblins.
So many goblins! I'm so excited.
So many fucking goblins.
Oh my goblins.
It's like, how many goblins are there going to be? And her response, all of them.
Yes.
Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
All of them.
So many goblins. There's no goblins in Lord of the Rings. They're all in The Hobbit.
I'm going to say that there's going to be so many goblins, and I'm going to get the goblins at the exact same time that I'm getting the data that Astronomy Live is going to get to me tomorrow morning. Right, Astronomy Live?
Look, if you want it by tomorrow morning, then it's going to have to be done in Python instead of Excel. Would you rather it be done in Excel where we can see all the equations, or would you rather it be in a black box inside Python?
I just need 2 fucking variables, dude.
I mean, if that's literally all you care about, I could just get that for you out of Python. But I thought it'd be nicer to have it in Excel where we can lay it out cell by cell, equation by equation.
No. Well, the answer is why not both? You give it to him in the Python variables, and then you lay it out nicely so that way when he links people to the information, if people are looking for the information, they can look at it all nice and pretty. Like,
I'm going to say this to you, Reds. Your last video with the compilation of rocket videos, do you really want your production value to go down from that? Because that was absolutely amazing.
I told him that he should. I sent him a message that said, after I saw that one, I was like, you should post this on its own. Also.
Yeah, I should. Shouldn't I?
So, yeah, I mean, I could do both, but here's the issue with that. If I do it in Python, the answer is going to be slightly different than if I do it in Excel because they'll be working off of 2 different sources of data. I mean, you know how flat earthers are. If it's even 1 arc second different, they're going to be like, see, it's all a lie.
Yeah, I get you. So what you're saying is it's better to be thorough than half-assed.
I'm just saying it's better to stick with one. Pick one and stick with it. Don't change.
Okay,
hey,
so
Astronomy Live. I think I got to correct you there. They definitely don't know what an arc minute is.
I was down at the arc second level, but they don't know.
Excuse me.
Okay, well, how about this? Astronomy Live, do whatever you believe is the most accurate and get it to me by tomorrow morning as you agreed to.
Well, like I said, I didn't exactly agree to it, but here's the deal. If you want it by tomorrow...
Oh, I disagree. I disagree. You totally agreed.
I offered you a deal, technically. I said, okay, if you want it by tomorrow, I can have it for you tonight. I can have it for you during the stream, but it's going to have to come out of Python because it's a lot faster to do it that way.
Look.
I could do it in Excel.
Motherfucker. Let me explain this shit to you, okay? I'm trying to educate dumb fucks who don't know what panning is. I need that data.
If this is, by the way, guys, what happens in the background when we're all working on videos. This is exactly the way it is.
Actually, it is, yeah. When we're not on Hangouts.
It's literally just Reds yelling at everybody. Anytime people think that, like, Steve dictates who does what. No. Reds just calls people and shrieks at them. And then threatens to show us what he looks like to make us do what he tells us to do.
I think actually before I was ritualistically executed by being forced to look at his face, before that we had a hangout that was mostly him saying, okay, and what is that in communist Canadian, like, what is that communist Canadian talk in normal people speak, please?
What is that in communist currency?
Oh yeah, tell me about it. Astronomy Live knows all about communism.
Yeah, I'm accused of it quite frequently. I've failed the McCarthy test about 50 times here, so,
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. You can just come and move to Canada. We're apparently communist up here.
I mean, I never knew I was a communist, but McCarthy Red's rhetoric over here is definitely throwing the accusations around pretty hard and heavy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Are you saying it sounds like
that's what she said?
Projection.
Oh Lord, God, I don't even know.
You don't even know.
At this point, I'm tempted to just give you the damn variables out of Python and fuck it. Who cares how accurate it is? Who cares if you can't decipher the original calculations running in the background? Who cares? Because it's not like the flurfs are going to care anyway. But
Astronomy Live, here's the thing. You're going to see his video with the Python figures, and it's going to eat at the back of your brain knowing that they're slightly not accurate.
Well, actually, the Python figures are likely to be more accurate because the Excel way I was going to do it works off of equations that go back to Simon Newcomb in the 19th century. So they predate NASA, which is the cool thing about it. So I was going to trade a little bit of accuracy for ancient ancient figures.
Hey, hey, Astronomy Live, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I want you to not mute the Hangout. I would like for you to give me a call on your phone.
Okay, that sounds ominous.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Please call me on... Please
Don't do
call
it.
me.
He's going to show you his face.
No, please call me on your phone.
Okay. All right, I'll call you on my phone. You said you don't want me to mute the Hangout?
Don't mute the Hangout, but call me on your phone.
Okay. All right. Calling you on my
Super
phone.
chat from Willie Merck for 1.
Hang on. Okay, so that's your ringtone.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
God damn it.
Jesus. Wow. Thanks. Hashtag I learned today.
So that's your ringtone. I hope you enjoy it. Every time you call me, that will be playing on full blast.
I mean, do you want me to ruin it real quick? There's a great video if you look up Ugandan Knuckles, and it's a Ugandan Knuckles in a little tank with a Soviet hat running around in VR, just blasting that song.
Well, first he screams Russian profanity at them, and then
Yes.
he turns around and blasts that song
Yes.
as he drives away.
He just screeches at people in Russian. It's amazing. 10 out of 10. I recommend looking it up. It's great.
Every time you call Astronomy Live, every time you call.
You know, I'm just going to have to find some way to retaliate, and you're not going to like it.
Just change your numbers, Astronomy Live.
Reds, read the super chat.
Please, someone debate this new 5G causes corona. 5G doesn't cause corona.
Okay, no debate necessary. If 5G was causing this, every living creature on the planet would be suffering from it. Period.
Please, someone...
Debate over.
Wait. Please, someone debate this new 5G causes corona. 5G doesn't cause corona. There it is. Debate over. There is no debate. There is no fucking debate.
You know what my favorite thing is I've seen some people posting videos of people tearing down towers in China, claiming that they're tearing down 5G towers. They're tearing down streetlights with CCTVs on them. It's during the Hong Kong protests.
Man, I just don't understand. It's what I said at the very beginning of this hangout. Do not trust the conspiratards when they talk about COVID-19. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And fuck them all for fear-mongering.
The only thing 5G causes is faster internet speed.
That's
just saying.
And more expensive cell phones. Way more expensive cell phones. Out of my price range type of cell phones.
I would feel like they would do that anyway with the upgraded network or not.
Now, the only cell phone that you should all get is a Google Pixel 4. For once, Astronomy Live made the right decision. He got himself a Google Pixel 4 because that phone takes amazing pictures.
Yeah, because we all know I didn't make a very good decision when I made you my friend.
Uh-huh. Or when you chose your next ride.
Hey, my ride is awesome, okay? Nothing wrong with my ride.
I would like to point out that was a very good choice, Astronomy Live. That is a very good choice.
Oh, what? The ringtone I'm gonna set for Red?
Yep. Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a good one.
Yep. It's going on there right now.
Yeah, he only made one good decision, and that was the Pixel 4. Pixel 4 XL, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. This ringtone's a pretty good choice. I'd give him that one too.
Yes, it is the Pixel 4 XL edition.
Yes, the XL. Only good choice. When it comes to his ride, not so much. I told him to get a Blazer.
Y'all can go fuck yourselves. I'm still using a Galaxy Luna Pro 3.
I've got an Xperia, and this phone that I use in general is a G6 LG phone.
Yeah, LG G6.
Anamorphic Mind for $5. This Hangout isn't real. It's all done in After Effects JM 2020.
I kind of hope GM keeps or GM. I can always pronounce his name wrong. I hope he keeps it up because I would love to see him as Dumb Fuck of the Year for 2020.
Well, I just have to correct the super chat there. It's not done in After Effects. It is an After Effect.
I like LG phones. I'm using.
I have to say that's my favorite dumb fuck moment so far the entire year. JM thinking that professional special effects ever uses After Effects.
Mm.
Or you didn't like the Screaming Sun?
All right.
Can you white box me for a second? Because I want people to see this for a second. Tell me what's wrong with it.
Learn to read free. Well,
if they don't know how to read, how are they going to be able to call the number and know what the sign says?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, what you saying? You saying I can't R-E-E-D? Super chats. Okay. $4.99 Reds, especially your best anti-vax friend, Truth is Terrorism, apparently, who is a New Yorker, fled to Hawaii, then started his propaganda saying that Corona is fake. Yeah, fuck that guy. He was the guy that we debated, we debated him about the anti-vax bullshit that he was spouting on this channel. Yeah, Truth is... Oh, yeah, I blocked him on Skype. Should probably unblock him and be like, the fuck is wrong with you? I unblocked you just to ask you that question. I unblocked you for that purpose alone.
There was a guy who was physically threatening me because he didn't like my tone, complaining today on his stream that he got blocked.
Oh.
And no, Hellbound, I don't hate you. That conversation, the rum and coke conversation, I had to leave because I was just like, I'm down to have this conversation, just not on rum and coke, and this is not productive, and I need to go.
Yeah.
Okay, Red, you got Notepad handy?
I can.
Yeah, get Notepad handy. You got some dates to write down.
Okay.
And this is a spoiler warning to other people. The 8th, the 12th, and the 17th.
All right.
Those are days that I have off, and I'm available to be a moderator for you.
Yay! Got it again.
Bring the hype.
Bring the hype train. Fuck yeah. So let's also do this real quick. Astronomy Live. Quick question. Should we reveal the thingamajig that we're working on in the background when it comes to rockets and data?
Yes.
Okay. So, guys, I would like all of you to come around the campfire. I'm about to blow your fucking mind. So, a lot of flurfs hate rocket launches for obvious reasons. Because every time they launch a rocket, they actively debunk their horse shit. It's amazing how that works, right? But one thing that they don't seem to understand, and never will understand, is that when the rocket is going into orbit, they have to curve over in order to, get into orbit, and it looks like it's going down in the frame. So they think that the rocket is losing altitude. So their conspiracy is that rockets do launch, they just crash into the ocean later on in their flight. Now, we know that that's bullshit, but they don't, supposedly. I don't believe that, but they say they don't know that. Now, what Astronomy Live is doing is making a program that will look at data from his telescope doing auto tracking, and my Nikon P1000 Celestron 6 SE Duo look at that data from that rig, combine them together to get real-time parallax measurements where we can not only know the altitude, but even the speed at which it is flying. Top that shit. So we can get independent data. Independent. That means not from SpaceX, not from NASA. We can get independent data to show that it is gaining altitude and increasing in velocity throughout its launch. How does that fucking sound?
Sounds pretty sweet to me. Kind of like your new ringtone. Give me a call.
Yeah. All right, let's try this. Please let it be Barbie Girl. Please let it be Barbie Girl. Please let it be Barbie Girl.
Oh, shoot. Try it again. Shoot it again. Damn it.
I caught what it was, and that's awesome.
I failed.
You fucked it up. You fucked it up. I know exactly what it is, but
Call it again.
Fuck
Call
it.
it again.
We'll call again, but I'm just saying you fucked it up. You fucked it up, but we'll call it again. I know what it is now, but we'll call it again.
You should have I'm a bitch.
Yep, that's staying. That is staying around.
Listen,
I don't care if it goes off
I'm
at
gonna-
work in the
I'm
middle
gonna
of a meeting.
send-
It's worth it.
No, I'm gonna send Astronomy Live the grumpet. You gotta draw a fucking line in the sand, man. You gotta look inside yourself and say, what am I willing to put up with today? Not fucking this. Every time Reds calls.
What am I willing to put up with today? But yeah, so anyway, getting back to it. So my rig is going...
Somebody's got beep beep. I'm a sheep.
I like that. That's good. But getting back to this, so what's going to happen is this. Astronomy Live's telescope and my Nikon P1000 and Celestron 6 SE, they're both going to be taking data in real time. We're going to know the parallax, we're going to know the baseline, we're going to know everything, and we're just going to feed all of that into a program that Astronomy Live is going to write. He's currently in the process of making right now. We can then superimpose that data onto the video where we can get telemetry from the rocket that does not come from SpaceX. This would be an independent verification of the values that you see from SpaceX. So we would be able to verify its altitude and its speed, along with getting independent video shots of the rocket kicking ass and taking names. And of course, making flat earthers its bitch. So, I just want to say, that's currently in the works. I can't fucking wait. Astronomy Live's telescope, his LX200, my Celestron 6 SE, they're going to put their data together for parallax measurements for real-time data. Real-time data, and we can use that data to figure out its altitude and its speed.
I got questions on that, though. Are you guys going to be moving to different observation points from now on? Or because I know that you guys normally do it like right at the same spot, and you guys are going to want a big baseline for that.
It actually doesn't take that big of a baseline, believe it or not.
I mean, if you think about it, we did ISS with a baseline of only 1 kilometer.
True.
Yep.
So, but in general, I think going forward, can't say too much here, but yes, probably there will be a number of instances where we are at fairly distant spots, several miles from each other. So, yeah, that's kind of naturally going to happen anyway. So this dovetails nicely with that.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is Red's going to be stuck on the place he normally is, and you're actually going to be,
No, can't say that. Can't say that.
Listen.
And
There
so
is.
I'll just say eat a dick, Astronomy Live.
There is. Listen,
can
guys.
Astronomy Live
Hand. There is a porta potty on the side of the road. What I was going to do is I was going to drop Astronomy Live off at that porta potty on the side of the road, and he was going to set up there. I would be in my normal spot, comfy, and he would be on the side of the highway. nearly getting killed.
Why is there a porta potty on the side of the highway?
You know, we've been trying to figure that out for a while.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Exactly. So, listen, the fact is that we can get independent data. We can get independent telemetry. We can verify the values that SpaceX is giving us. So, that means that not only are we getting footage of the rocket kicking ass and taking names, we're getting telemetry. We're getting data. And all of this from parallax measurements that will be measured in real fucking time. Top that shit.
I was going to ask you, so you never got any strange men in black showing up asking about a secret place that might have been used recently for filming a launch?
Shh.
Not that I remember.
No one's supposed to know about that.
I mean,
no. Those were black men, not men in black.
Hey, that's his
What are you
favorite.
laughing at?
I mean, yeah, I don't want to say too much, but I guess I'm actually surprised that nobody amateur-wise figured it out, because
I mean, I did get approached, but they were like, "Hey, listen, we got some reports that there's an individual around here hoarding a collection of donkey porn. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, right?" And I'm like, "Really? What a sick fuck!" I hope you catch him.
They would have these men in black would have looked at the chart, seen the location of who they were going after, in that it was Reds' location, and it would have matched up with the SCP records, so they never would have went.
Ah, okay, yes.
Also, Astronomy Live should change the ringtone to "I'm an Asshole" by Dennis Leary.
Well, I do have to account for the fact that this might go blasting off in the middle of a meeting at work. So
I would fucking time it too.
Yeah, I know you would. I know you would. So.
Jenny Morgan said, "I heard that Reds' real name is Florida Man."
Florida Man.
I mean, I am a rat gynecologist, so.
Exactly.
How are the children these days?
That's an interesting point by Jackalope Herdmaster. But Parallax didn't convince a flurf that the ISS is real. It won't be able to convince a flurf that rockets go to space.
He has a point.
Listen,
The thing that kills me is that none of them will actually go.
The fact is that we would be able to demonstrate that the rocket is continuously gaining altitude and continuously going faster, i.e. it's not crashing in the fucking ocean.
I mean, and from my point of view, no.
Except for the times that it does crash into the ocean.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I feel like any launch that's ever been filmed from a plane already does that.
I mean, yeah, but
on a visual level, it doesn't give you the math.
To me, it's about, okay, they come onto our videos, my video on my channel, or Red's video on Red's channel. They come onto my video on my channel, and they say, "Hey, it looks real good going into the ocean there," and then I can just hit them with the data. You know, I can just say, "No, from this data, from this video, I independently determined what the distance, altitude, velocity, all that is with Red's help," and they really have no good comeback for that. It's not that it'll convince them; it just takes the argument off the table and deflates their angle of attack.
Whenever I get these stupid fucking comments on my ISS moon transit video, the one with 3.5 million views, and they say that it's a plane, because I still get them to this day, I just copy and paste the link to the parallax measurement that we did. And guess what? They shut the fuck up after that.
You need to switch that up. You need to start posting the moon that you just did, that you were just live streaming when an actual plane flew by.
Mm-hmm.
And be like, "That's what a plane looks like."
I give them that link, and it immediately shuts them up because they can't say anything after that. So getting this getting this data would do the exact same thing. Yeah, it's not going to shut them up. It's not going to convince them, but at least I mean, if we get this data, it will shut them up. It may not convince them, but it will shut them up because they
nobody
have no
cares
comeback.
about convincing.
They have no comeback after that.
Well, there's no point in convincing somebody who's dishonest. All you do is you take away their ammo, which is exactly what you guys are doing. You're taking away the bang to their buck, essentially. There's no point in convincing them as individuals. The point is to just discredit and take arguments away from them so they get boxed further and further into a corner of dishonesty.
Yes, exactly. There won't be anywhere for them to go. There will be nothing left. There will be no ammo for them to shoot. So if we get this data, if we get this telemetry, we would be able to show that the rocket is continuously gaining altitude. Even though it looks like it's going down in the frame, we can show that it is continuously gaining altitude. It is continuously going faster and faster and faster. It is gaining velocity as it progresses through its launch. If we show that data and show that, they have nothing.
Right. I mean, most of these people, in any case, are pretty much almost working off a script. They're working off of the bullet points that they are familiar with, that they've seen other flat earthers use. They're basically just mockingbirds. They're just repeating messages they've heard before, and it's the same old tired talking points every single time. This is deflating all of those talking points and forcing them to think for themselves for a moment, or at the very least, they just regress to the point of saying, well, you're a shill. Well, you're part of the conspiracy. And then they just shut it down and they ignore it that way. But at least they go away at that point, you know. And from my point of view, I just want them to leave my channel alone for the most part. And this does that. This accomplishes that, because the only way they have to go at that point is by saying, well, you're part of the conspiracy. Because, you know, if I'm independently determining it myself, then I'd have to be part of the conspiracy, or else they're wrong. Yeah. Those are the only two alternatives they're left with.
And then they'll ask how, and then you get to say, well, here's my LX200, here's the Nikon Celestron Duo. This is where we got our data from, because as we're tracking the rockets, we are recording that data in real fucking time. You know,
yeah, exactly.
So it's not just a here's the data, shut the fuck up. It's also here's the data. Now learn something from it. Learn how parallax works. Learn how we did it so that you can understand how these measurements are made. It's also a learning opportunity for those shitheads that actually want to learn something.
And to be clear, it's not from my point of view. The motivation for me to do this isn't just about trying to one up a flat earther, because that's just never my pure motivation in life.
That's my motivation.
That's his motivation. That's not my motivation. That's not enough to get me out of the bed in the morning and say, okay, let's go write a program. But the usefulness of this data extends beyond this to me, because there are sites like flightclub.io that will allow you to view the trajectory of a launch before the launch occurs. And it's basically predicting what should happen, including on SpaceX launches, the boost back, the return, and the landing. And they basically are trying to fit their results to what they see occurring during these SpaceX webcasts. But when it comes to boost back and return, oftentimes SpaceX doesn't show the exact telemetry for the returning booster. They'll continue to show the second stage data. And so they're basically having to fit what they see as, you know, the time that the boost back cuts off to the time it does reentry to the time it does landing, and try to work backwards to get the right result. And they get pretty close. But if they can have data from my program that gives them, you know, our triangulation of the actual observed velocity altitude of the booster throughout its flight, all the way from launch to landing, then they can improve their accuracy even more. And that's a mutually beneficial thing for me, because what I want to eventually get to the point of is being able to import data from their website, from flightclub.io, into my software, so that I can basically follow the booster, even if the booster goes invisible, if it shuts off and it can't be seen at night, or if it goes into a cloud, where it's running predictively based on the expected trajectory, which will be informed in part, perhaps, by some of the data that Red and I are able to collect. So in the end, it will make my program even better.
Astronomy Live is trying to get in good with Elon Musk.
Well, I don't know about Elon Musk, but
TLDR. Yeah.
Definitely the guy who runs flightclub.io, Declan. So, that's kind of the angle I've got there, where the grand master plan is having a program that not only tracks rockets, but knows where the rocket is expected to go if it loses sight of it. So it keeps tracking, not just based on last known rates, but actually based on the expected acceleration or projected acceleration or deceleration of the rocket. That would make it the ultimate rocket tracking program.
Is it possible that you could apply this to things that aren't rockets also? Like if you were to, could you track a tennis ball going back and forth?
Well,
and then program that to a camera so you could actually watch a tennis match just following the ball.
The thing about it is the way I'm approaching the entire architecture of the program is that it has to be predictable. It's got to be an acceleration deceleration that is already known along a vector that's already known. A tennis balls, there's too much randomness there, so it's not super useful for that. It might be useful for, well, I don't really want to get into following airplanes that's not something I want to do for a variety of security reasons. But for following rockets, definitely useful. For following satellites, I kind of already have that. It's really taking the same concept I've already applied to satellite tracking and applying it to rocket tracking.
Mm-hmm. So getting this data and getting this independent telemetry, this is the ultimate kryptonite for Flurfs. It will shut their shit down. That's my motivation. As long as we get that, I'm happy. So yeah, let's do it. Fucking do it. So we'll have Astronomy Live's LX200 and my Celestron Nikon duo. We'll have both of them taking readings, and then after the fact, we'll be able to make parallax measurements off of those readings, off of that data, and put that as an overlay on the video that gets rendered after the fact.
Oh man, that's gonna be sweet.
Oh, it will be so fucking sweet. I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be so great.
I just got chills.
It's like LX200, Celestron Nikon duo, taking measurements in real fucking time, and then using that to overlay actual independent telemetry of a rocket launch that you and I are filming. Oh god, I just got goosebumps. It's fucking great. It's like actually, give me a moment, guys.
Let's just had an orgasm.
Yeah, he's on his way to go get his hand cream.
Well, while he's doing that, Kennedy, you made a Twitter post like a day or so ago with the moon and some objects flying off of it. I was thinking about making a video about that because it is CGI, and there is one very telling thing about it: the motion of the shadows.
Ah.
If you watch as they pass across the face of the side of the moon.
Ouch! 82, mute! Damn it! 82, fucking mute!
But as you're watching the shadows pass across that crater before it gets to the Terminator line, you'll see that they speed up across that crater. And then they slow down, across the entire length of the crater. But as the shadows exit the crater, they slow down, which is the exact opposite of what they do as they got nearer the Terminator line. It is definitely CGI. It's well done, but it is CGI.
Okay, interesting.
It is.
No, if I remember correctly, I think I retweeted that from somebody else, and I can't remember who it was, but I knew it was someone who wasn't a complete nutcase, so I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Somebody was tweeting about it because it was posted on Reddit. I want to say it was Wally, but I'm not 100% sure.
It might have been Wally.
And they posted it saying this was on Reddit, and is this CGI or fake or what is it?
Yeah, it is definitely CGI. It was one that was given a lot of care, but they didn't understand the geometry of a sphere.
I might be
able
able to
I figured at worst it was just one of the orbiters that the Nazis use on their base on the far side.
It was Furball who posted it.
Furball, that's right.
By the way, I'm inside now.
Oh, that's why you don't sound like absolute ass.
No, hey, I wanted to get the bars replaced on the bike. That way I could actually potentially use it tomorrow for work.
Anyway, I have a question for you. So, 82.
Maybe.
Honda Ruckus, yay or nay?
The Ruckus?
The Ruckus.
Why?
Okay, that's a nay. My question has been answered.
No, seriously, like, why? Are you looking for just something cheap to commute on, or
dirt cheap?
Are you wanting to look like an asshat?
Dirt cheap with a warranty while looking like an asshat.
If you're gonna, okay, if you want to do that on 2 wheels for that price range, just get a fucking Grom.
A Grom?
Yeah, exactly.
Are we suggesting that Red's rhetoric doesn't just pedal around on a bicycle?
The boy is skinny enough already.
Question. Can you carry 2 people on a Grom?
Not recommended, but you could.
Yeah, he needs to let Nathan Thompson come and ride bitch with him.
Yeah, that's basically where we're going with this, because when I invite a flurf over, I need to pick them up on a motorcycle so they can ride bitch.
Popo position.
Well, so if that is honestly part of it, Ruckus, you're not going to have a chance. Not a fucking chance.
Wait a second. I thought that was my fate. What happened to our homoerotic music video?
I want to have them come down to Florida to see a rocket launch, but I want it to be uncomfortable for them. Even though it's paid for, I want them to have severe discomfort while in this state. So I think...
Wait. Your face isn't enough for that?
Well, but... having to ride bitch and snuggling up with me?
Mark says, but Florida man needs to be riding a lawn tractor on the public roads.
On that mental image, I think I'm going to call it a night.
We're about to call it a night too. I'm just saying, if I were to pick them up on a Grom, they would have to cuddle up with someone who has my face. So basically, they'd be cuddling up with me for a fucking 3-hour journey to Cape Canaveral. They would be hating fucking life. They would be hating life.
Oh, okay. You really want to make them uncomfortable then?
That does sound pretty awful.
Okay. Would you be willing to go from 2,500 up to maybe 4,500 tops?
Are we talking
the reason?
Wait a minute. Are we talking Ninja 300 territory here?
No.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's what I used to own an 85 Ninja before they were called Ninjas.
If you're willing to say yes, give me a few minutes. I can find something that, 1, will both suit your needs in that aspect, 2, not be a safety hazard on the highway, and you might actually have some fun when the flurf isn't around.
Basically, my goal is pay for their ticket so that I meet my end of the deal, pick them up on the bike so they have to ride bitch, and make them have to snuggle up to someone who has my face, of course, which is me.
So what you're telling me is that you're essentially planning on... Is this what the next fundraiser is going to be? The next fundraiser is going to be, if he doubles the price, it's going to be like, you'll match half of it so you can...
Basically, if they agree to come down to Florida and have, all of their expenses paid, that's plane ticket, hotel, food, that kind of shit, to see a rocket launch, I would basically make it the worst paid vacation they've ever had in their entire life. Because not only would they get their shit debunked, but they would have to ride to Cape Canaveral with me while riding bitch and having to snuggle up close.
In the sketchiest hotel in Florida.
Oh, they would have to really snuggle. They would have to snuggle up because we're traveling highway speeds, motherfucker.
I'm weird, but I like it.
It's like, come on, dude. I'm willing to pay for your fucking plane ticket and ride. You come down, I pick you up on a bike, you ride bitch, and it's 3.5 hours there and 3.5 hours back. Because we take it the long way. We're going to get some quality time together. That's going to be some quality time. So I'm going to be riding the bike through Orlando, and I'm just going to be like, is that a flashlight in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh my god, please tell me you're going to have an additional helmet. And you're gonna have the helmets that have like headphones and microphones in them, so they can like hear you breathing, and you can just talk into their ear, so it sounds. Hey, is that a flashlight in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Just make sure it's a Hello Kitty helmet.
Yes.
For Reds or for the Flurf?
Both.
Stole my idea.
Fucking both.
Yeah, both.
The fuck you think this is? We don't half-ass this shit. We go all the way.
Fuck. Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and take this hangout off air.
Wait, Red.
Yeah.
I got your options for you. I even have 2 of them.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, let's see what you got. I was thinking Ruckus, but okay.
Oh no, you're gonna like this one better than the Ruckus. This one you can modify to get a passenger seat there, or if you want to go just a little bit easier.
Nah, that looks too good. Let's go. Let's go
You
back.
can scare the shit out of them with this one.
Yeah, but no, that's too good for them. Go back to now we're talking.
I feel like
now
it's
we're
a bit of a
fucking
paint
talking.
job, but it's already on brand.
Can we get like red streamers for the handles?
You should get black streamers for the handles.
No,
Pink streamers.
red leather on one side, white leather on the other.
Ah,
Okay. Yes.
oh man, they would have to write bitch on that, and they would have to cuddle up right next to me while I'm driving. Oh hell yeah!
And see right there, right here is actually a good panel for the logo on both sides.
Yeah.
And then we would have Astronomy Live riding next to us, and I'll be like, "Hey, you see that? You see that car over there? Yeah, that's Astronomy Live." And the girl in the back, her name's Cheshire. She's filming us in 4K. Say hi.
I'm gonna be riding with Boole in another car, just filming on the way by.
Yeah.
Astronomy Live be driving in another car. Cheshire be in the back, you know, filming in 4K. Boole and the dog right next to Cheshire, laughing their asses off.
Yes.
Meanwhile, we were live streaming it, but we're playing the Benny Hill theme.
Oh, that would be perfect.
And here's the thing, it wouldn't just be Boole and Dexter laughing their asses off. Yes, the dog would also be laughing, but everyone else on the highway would just be having a fucking field day. They'd be laughing their asses off. And I'll be like,
everybody's just having a good time.
Okay, Astronomy Live, commence operation. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world, and then it just starts blasting.
Bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child.
And just starts blasting the music out the back.
No, it's gotta be Shania Twain.
Twain.
I'm gonna get you good.
Oh, Speedy Smoke has quite the suggestion for you, Reds.
I feel like a woman.
Don't wear a helmet, so they have to go cheek to cheek.
Oh.
The German version of Barbie Girl is the best. Well, I know what I'm doing as soon as we get off this hangout.
Yeah, I gotta look that up too. Oh man.
Lord.
I mean, it's a fucking great image, is it not?
Yes.
Titty Sprinkles said that Reds should wear a pink wife beater and a 70s gym shorts, where his scrotum hangs out one side and flaps around in the wind.
Wait! You're forgetting something. You're forgetting something. The mid-height sock too, not full knee height.
Yes.
Just up to the calf.
God. Oh my god. Porn star socks.
With sandals.
Sandals. Or Crocs.
Oh,
Be like, okay.
Orange Crocs or sandals.
Be like, okay, Astronomy Live, you got this. Be like, what am I supposed to do? You just need to play this song, and you'd be like, oh dear God, please no. And then they start blasting it, and then all the guy hears while being cheek to cheek with me, by the way, being cheek to cheek with this face, all he hears is
I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a
okay, turn off.
Perfect.
Wait, A. Watt says Red should wear an evening dress. Dude, that's every Friday night. Where have you been?
Can I also make everybody aware that you can actually report YouTube channels for being fake?
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
So,
Side note.
So anyway,
I'm saying you should do it.
Oh, no, I'm saying you should do it.
Yeah,
if someone
you should actually do it. Yeah, fuck it. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and take this shit off air. So if you, it will be unlisted. So if you want it, download it or just save the link, but it'll be unlisted. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and go down the list. So we'll start with you, AT2. Say what you got to say and get the fuck out.
Oh, sorry, but I had a lot more fun playing with the bike, and I'm gonna make so much worth it afterwards tomorrow.
Yeah.
Ha 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 ha.
All right, peace out. All right, Brandon, say what you got to say and get the fuck out.
Just wash your hands, everybody. Be safe. Don't fucking listen to the conspiracy nuts.
Agreed. Dead Kennedy in space. Say what you got to say and get the fuck out.
PayPal, get your shit together. That's all I got.
All right. Cheshire, say what you got to say and get the fuck out.
Catch me tomorrow on Steve's channel as well as my own channel. I'm going to teach everybody how to draw goblins. So if you guys want to know how to draw your own goblin or imitate my goblin, you guys can all make your own goblins. That'll be tomorrow on my channel, and also Caffeine Corners tomorrow. And on Tuesday at 9:45 p.m. EST is going to be that time of the month. So I'll see you there for that.
Peace. Astronomy Live. Say what you got to say and get the fuck out.
Have me go last. I got something. I'm almost done.
Okay. Sean Hufford, say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
Yeah, good to be back with a computer that I can actually get on streams with. So yeah, you'll be seeing more of me. I like my desk all set up. I missed my desk.
You're gonna engage in some cable management?
No.
God, shit pisses me off.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it intentionally to piss you off. I'm gonna take pictures of how badly these cables are managed.
You.
It's gonna haunt you more than the Walkira.
God damn it. God fucking damn it.
Have a good night, everybody.
Cable manage your shit. Okay, Kennedy, I can't help but notice that you're still here. So, can you fix
My bad.
Can you fuck up? There you go. Now you're learning. Okay, Astronomy Live. Say what you gotta say and get the fuck out.
Okay, white box me.
You're the only one here.
Okay, but still, I got your program done. It's ready. It's running.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
This is what you wanted, right? You wanted the parallax and the angular size?
Neato burrito.
So you just enter the latitude and longitude of two sites. So latitude, longitude of two sites. And you have to write it into the program right now, but you enter into the program the date of observation and time that you want, and it gives you the coordinates of Mars at those two sites, the angular size of Mars at those two sites, and finally calculates the parallax in arc seconds. There you go.
Neato burrito. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being here. This has been great. This has been fun. This has been real. And yeah, I'm just gonna end with this: wash your damn hands. Peace out, bitches.